Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to Wiki Up Knoll, where John and I are working to prepare for a work day tomorrow. We are building a VersaTube structure that will serve as a greenhouse for us. And this is what we're doing to prepare for that day. It is a little breezy, so pardon the wind. Thank you for joining us for another update. Last week, we left off leveling off our foundation pieces in our 5-foot deep hole. Our greenhouse will be subterranean. It'll be sunken below ground for various reasons in our environment that we think will be beneficial. We have prepared our bottom rails, our foundation rails of our structure. We've sorted out all the other pieces, and now we are working to build the truss upright members. So we're going to build probably 5 or 6 of these before tomorrow morning in order to get the ball rolling for our crew of friends that is going to show up and help us. And we're following the instruction manual specifications for this. They say to build one of them, which we did. That's the one here, and then stake it along all the sections so that you then have basically a form on the ground to build subsequent pieces. So we're doing that now. We're going to put this on time lapse and you can see us building the ones we're going to get done, and then we'll pick up afterwards and see what's next. Okay, you saw us scurrying around setting these self-tapping screws. So far so good. I'm loving the VersaTube experience. We're not sponsored by any means. We don't have sponsors. We bought the building from our own research, and so far the quality is fantastic. Good heavy gauge steel, and everything that we need is included. It's all measured correctly. It seems to be very nice. So now we're set and ready for tomorrow morning. The top one that we made here, the last one that we did, does not have this middle kind of cross bracing. That's because it's the end wall. So both end walls don't have that cross bracing. So this one will go up first tomorrow, and it'll go all the way at the very end of the building, and then we'll work our way closer and closer as the day wears on. So that's our goal. We have ourselves a head start right here, and then tomorrow morning we'll break into groups so that we have one group up here assembling while another group is placing them in position, in their vertical position. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll see all the people show up tomorrow morning. Thanks again for joining us for another update. This one is a little different because we have many hands on deck tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy that difference as much as I hope to enjoy it, and we will catch you in the morning. All right, we are here in the morning. All our crew is here and we're putting the first one up. It's very exciting. We've got our crews divided, and they're taking the first one down, and they're going to stand it up in the greenhouse hole. We've got it squared up. Hopefully it's all ready to roll, and then they're going to screw it into place once they get it up there. Yay, the first one is in place. It's very exciting. That's very exciting. All right, I am down here in the greenhouse. They've gotten up 4 pieces. You can see the back section is our smallest section. It is adjusting as it goes. They've got the purlin on to square it all up. Very structurally nice. I really like this building. So far, so good. And then they're bringing down more pieces as we speak. So I'm gonna get out of the way See if I can watch this go up. Nice. You'll make it look easy. The professionals here. So we've got this crew down here, the professional setters of the uprights, and then we are working up top to build them as we go. So they're going to do that. I'll put that back on time lapse and check in when there's more to show. Okay, I'm inside the greenhouse. I'm so excited about this. It looks wonderful. I'm so happy with the process and the finished product. Well, finished to this stage. And I'm so beyond thankful and grateful for all of our friends who came out to help us raise this thing up. We had 11 people come out here and help us, so that makes 13 with John and I, and it went up in no time. So very thankful for that. Thankful for a beautiful lunch together, all those people who came out. We had a great time, and we're looking forward to the next community work day, which will be at someone else's home, and we'll get to participate and learn about what other people are doing and how other people are building as well. So this is a good look at the structure as it stands right now. John and I have tons more work to do, as you can probably tell. First steps for us down here will be to finish shimming up the different areas that we need to shim before, and also anchor along the bar before we start to finish the retaining wall portion, and then finally put plastic over the top. So we'll be working on that. Maybe some in this video, possibly, most likely in future videos as well. We have a goal to have most of this operational, or at least partially operational, by the end of October, which is fast approaching. So we'll see. I've said it. We're going to try to hold us to that so we can take advantage of this growing season in 2025-26. So hopefully we get there. That's what we're working on today. This moment, we are going to be working on some clearing out and some gathering of limbs for the greenhouse build. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. But we also have a hurricane brewing, Priscilla, off the coast of the Baja. So we have to sort of switch gears quickly and prepare for some of that. So this may be it for the greenhouse in this video, but we will be back with more of this very soon. And I'll catch you on the next job here momentarily. Okay, next job of the day. You can hear John off in the distance, probably on a riding mower. He is clearing some grass for a couple areas we use for dry camping for our friends and family that don't need plug ups and they have off-grid capabilities to just sit in a beautiful field and camp and visit with us. So he's working on that. I'll join him momentarily. While he's been doing that, I've been going along our driveways and roads all over the property. This is the east side of the property where John's little house is over there. And I've been gathering up all the limbs and debris so that we can pile it and squish it and rotate it and use it later to fill our garden beds in the greenhouse. I have a huge pile up near the greenhouse on the west side of the property that I've already been working on for a year. And it's almost ready, so I want to do more of that. I'm going to do that here on video. You'll see me shortly unloading and then meeting up with John to trim a little bit more. Alrighty, you just saw me emptying this trailer from the first load of limbs and roadside debris that I've gathered. I'm down here now in an area that we would like to designate for family and friends who have an RV already to come in and set up camp and visit with us. So John's been diligent to go ahead and mow. Hope you can see the difference. It's nice and short over there, and then off in the distance, still very high with grass and wildflowers. He's left some of the wildflowers here for us though, which I love so much. So I have our materials here for gathering limbs and debris and cutting. I also have our snake bucket just in case, you know how that goes. And what our goal down here is to do a little trim up of some of our trees. It looks like bushes right now, but if we trim these lower areas, this is a mesquite tree and it should get quite a bit larger and eventually give us some nice shady areas. We also want to take some time to pick up previous season's trimmings like this here. That way we don't create little havens and homes for rodents, because if we attract rodents, then we attract whatever eats rodents, which one of those things happens to be the western diamondback rattlesnake, which we've met up close and personal a few times down here and once on this YouTube channel. So we want to, whenever possible, remove that debris, and we have the perfect opportunity to utilize it in our garden beds, which are coming very soon. I need to gather as much of this old wood as possible so that I can squish it down in the bottom of those garden beds and save ourselves from having to scrounge up actual garden soil to fill the beds when it's time. So we're going to do that. You're going to see us working on that momentarily, and then we'll check back after. Right. Hey, John.
Hey, Stephanie.
We have loaded a very full load here. I'm going to start the slow creep up to the other side of the property to let this stuff fester for a while. You can see now we have, I think you can see, we have some clear under tree areas, so no critters can hide out from us as easily, at least, hopefully not the dangerous ones. And everything's open and clear and ready for people to pull back here and just take a little rest and visit a while. So we're gonna keep on doing some of this, and then I'll catch up with you guys as soon as I have the next job of the day lined up. Alrighty, there is our giant pile, all ready for me to turn and squish it with the tractor periodically. Now we will get back down into the greenhouse hole and see what is next. All right, we are back down in the greenhouse. You can hear our dogs barking. Apologize for that. We're getting everything finally squared and final level shimmed up before we start staking everything down permanently. We realized that we are still about an inch off of our square going diagonal. So John has taken the encourager, which is the big sledgehammer, and he's hammering every other section, pardon the wind, like this. And you can see when he does this how it adjusts right here. There we go. And that way we can adjust the wall and actually move the entire structure in that direction one bit at a time. So we haven't fully permanently screwed together these joints so that we could adjust in this way. So if you're putting this on a firm foundation like a slab or something, then this wouldn't be necessary, but we are attaching to an earthen foundation, and that's why we are adjusting it in this manner. So we're going to continue doing that, and we'll pick back up in a moment. All right, that is John hammering the rebar spikes. You can see them at his feet. They're about 2 feet long, 2.5 feet perhaps. And the structure is designed to receive those at every section of the walls. So he's gonna keep on doing that. I'll put it on time lapse for that. But we went ahead and got everything squared up. We got everything where it should be. Everything's level from side to side, front to back, and square. This has got to be probably the easiest building or kit we've ever put together, in my opinion. The only challenges we've had is site-based, because we are putting it on a unique foundation because we're using it for unique purposes. Otherwise, this thing is a breeze to put together. If you had a slab, no-brainer. But if you don't have a slab and you just have a flat dirt space, it's still a no-brainer. It's a very user-friendly building. That's my feedback so far. So we're going to be hammering these in. I'll put it on time lapse, and after that you'll also see us going along and pre-drilling the last of the joints. Now that we've adjusted everything, we're going to pre-drill our holes just like we did for the truss construction and put in our self-tapping screws here. And this is an example of the hole that is made to receive those big spikes for the ground mounting. So we're going to put it on time lapse so you can watch us in quiet mode, and we will check back in a few moments. Okie dokie, you saw us doing our little tag team pre-drill and set situation there. We got everything screwed together. Most of the anchor spikes are in this manner. Some are still out. We're still working on that. We're gonna have some lunch and come back to it. And that is gonna do it for this video this week. We have a lot more work to do. As you know, we show you what we can each week and then post a video. So if you wanna see what happens with this structure, come on back next Sunday, because we're going to be working on it at least a little bit of the time, and we'll show you what that looks like when the time comes. So thank you for joining us here at Wiki Up No Off Grid for another update. Thank you for coming along every week and for your beautiful comments. If you are one of those people who's messaged me about VersaTube in general, we're not sponsored. As I've mentioned many times, we don't have sponsors, but I love the building. I love the structure. I think it's going to be wonderful. It's very good quality and very easy to put together. So that is my feedback on that. And we will keep you updated as time passes. Thank you again. Huge thank you to all of our friends who came out and helped us get this thing raised up. We're so thankful. We're so excited. And we're going to be excited to see you at the next monthly build party, and who knows what we'll get into there, because people are very creative out here. So we're going to see what's happening when the time comes, and for all the rest of you, we'll see you Sunday.